Hey, and welcome to another episode of Back from the Future, where the technology show that talks about technology from the past, present, and future. Now, today we're going to be talking about a guy I read about in the papers, who goes by the name of Mr Howells. Now, he worked in IT, and this guy was, he was quite a sharp guy. Back in 2009, when Bitcoin first came out into the market, he started mining for it. And over a short period of time, he managed to acquire 7,500 Bitcoins. Now, 7,500 Bitcoins is a hell of a lot of money, but back in the day, it was worthless. I mean, I didn't even know what it was. If I had, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of this camera talking to you now, would I? So, what happened then is he's now mindful all this Bitcoin, and he's kept the digital key in a laptop himself. Now, roll forward to 2013. Our boy James, he is now throwing some stuff out the house. He's thrown a keyboard away, don't need that. And he's throwing an old laptop away, don't need that. And he's throwing a hard drive away. Are you keeping up with me? I hope you guys are. So right, he's throwing a hard drive away in the bin. Roll on 7 months later, and transpires is he's found a hard drive in a cupboard or whatever, and he goes, oh yeah, I've got the digital key for my Bitcoins on this hard drive. Now, sticks it into a computer, does the business, realizes, hang on a second, this isn't the hard drive I put the digital key on. And then he has a little think, and then he realizes, oh bugger, I've thrown out the wrong hard drive. Oh poo, what are we gonna do? That's not a good sign. Now, at the time, in 2013, his Bitcoin, each Bitcoin was worth $1,125, which basically equates to $8.4 million. Right, so our boy, he lives in Newport, Wales, right, which is in England. Now, he decides to go down to the council and say, look, this is what the story is. I've got a hard drive that I threw in the rubbish. Now, I know you guys, when you have landfill sites, you basically cordon them off into sections, and you know on what day, what truck, through what, where. Sort me out. I'll pay for the excavation of that plot, and we can see if we can find where this hard drive's gone. The council say, nah sunshine, it ain't gonna happen. Why? Because of licensing rules and environmental damage, because excavating that place could release a lot of toxic and noxious fumes, methane, and I guess other toxic gases, and it could help damage the environment. Plus, the cost of doing so could run into the millions. So now, what my boy Mr Howells does is he gets on the dog and bone phone, and he decides to call a hedge fund. And the hedge fund geezer turns around and says, look, we can maybe cut a deal here. We'll put up 2.5 to 3.5 million for you to find that hard drive. Now, the thing is, well, you've got to take into account, it's a 2.5-inch hard drive, right? Now these 2.5-inch hard drives, he reckons the outside will be corroded, right? But the inside, the spinning platters, they should be fine. If he ever does find the hard drive, our boy is going to have to go to a data recovery centre, probably the world's best. They're going to have to take this thing apart, take the platters, put them into a new housing, and hopefully get the data off it, including his digital key to get his bitcoins. No easy task. I mean, it'd be alright if he had one of those G-Tech drives. You know, they're a lot bigger, easier to find. But this little pony, it's not going to be so easy, is it? So now the hedge fund have said, yeah, we'll give you some dough if you can go see if you can get this hard drive. He's going knocking on the door on the council saying, listen, can you sort it out? Council's flatly saying no, 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 no. And the years roll by. Now we're back in, say, 2020, and his bitcoins have just gone up and up and up and up and up to the point where they are worth 280 million. That's right, 280 million is what those bitcoins are now worth. That's a hell of a chunk of dough. That's big ball of money. Now he's turned around to the council and said, look, listen to this. My bitcoins are now worth 280 million. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 55 million if I can recover that hard drive, and I will donate that 55 million if I find that hard drive, get that digital key to a COVID relief fund. But guess what? Council ain't having it. It's not cutting it. They've turned around and said no, because what happens if we do excavate that bit of land and we can't find your hard drive and you can't find the hard drive? We're going to be lumbered. You're going to walk off. We're going to have to clean up the mess, innit? Hedge fund ain't going to pay 2 to 3.5 mil if you ain't found no hard drive. So he's like, what can we do? What can we do? Nothing at the moment. So this is where it ends now. He's got a hard drive sitting somewhere in some landfill, and it's just going up and up. Some people predict that each Bitcoin could be worth 1 million one day. Some people are saying. I mean, it definitely is a very volatile currency. Who knows? But that is the story or fable of James Howell. I mean, I've got to hand it to him though. When he's been talking to the press, this one thing I respect about this guy, he said, look, you got to laugh about it, haven't you? And that's an interesting thing, because I would personally be crying. But to save his own sanity, he looks at the funny side of things and says, you know, it is what it is, right? And that now brings it to the end of the show, guys and girls. Now, if you've got Bitcoin and you've got a digital wallet, please make sure you keep it safe. Whatever you do, do not lose it. And hopefully, if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe and press the bell notification button. Please feel free to leave comments, put a like if you feel the need. Feel free to join me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. And I'll see all you guys and girls in the future, if there is one.